Welcome to Get Organized at Work. I'm your host, Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt, healthcare leader, mom of three, and your go-to guide for ditching the chaos and taking control of your workday. This is the show where we turn overwhelming to-do lists into clear, actionable plans so you can crush your goals and show up as your best self at work and in your life. Whether you're here for strategies to stay ahead or systems to simplify your workday, you're in the right place. Let's get organized, have some fun, and make this year your best year in your career yet. Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to Get Organized at Work podcast. I'm Kayla. I'm your host. Today is day 3 of the 12 days of leadership. I'm excited to be here. We're going to be talking about the TEST method for delegation and how to stop doing everything yourself. So we're talking delegation, which according to hundreds of responses from my community and other people that I talk with in leadership, it's one of the biggest stress points that people have. There's confidence gaps with this, and burnout accelerates for leaders at every single level, and delegation can help with that. So here are your exact words from the survey that I gave to my community members and what you told me. You said, I'm doing everything myself. I don't know what to delegate. I'm worried I'll overwhelm my team. I'm still acting like a doer, not a leader. And I want to be more strategic, but I'm buried in tasks. So if this sounds like you, welcome. This is absolutely normal. This is so normal. And today we're going to make delegation feel simple, clear, and actually doable because I'm going to teach you my favorite framework that I came up with. It's called the TEST method, or TEST. And this is a tool that changed my leadership and really helped me feel comfortable with delegation. And also it's a tool that I teach inside the Organized Leader Sprint. And it's a tool that many of you have asked for. So let's get into it. So first of all, before we jump into the TEST method, let's talk about why delegation feels so hard. And it's not because you can't do it. It's because you care deeply. You have very high standards and you're used to being the person that others rely on. Leaders like you often have one or more of these beliefs. Number one, it's faster if I just do it, right? Number two, my team already has so much on their plate. Number three, what if they don't do it right? Number four, I don't want to look like I'm dumping work on people. And number five, it's easier to stay in control. That one hits hard. So here's the truth. When you avoid delegation, you're actually protecting short-term comfort, but you're sacrificing long-term growth for you and your team members. They want to be involved and they have really good ideas. So if you're always doing, you're not leading. And if you're always executing, you're not being strategic or strategizing. And if you're always the one solving the problem, your team never learns to solve it for themselves. So delegation is an investment. It's a leadership skill. It's not a burden. It is not a punishment. It's not passing on work. You got to delegate the right stuff. So I'm going to help you learn how to do that. So think of it as an investment in developing others to grow. And so you're worthy of being a leader who delegates confidently. So let's talk the TEST method. All right. So I made up this method because I was like, how can I make this easy to describe like what it is that I do, or what's my framework for figuring out how to delegate to, and who would be the right person and what work I should delegate. So T stands for teachable. You want to ask yourself, is this task something someone else can learn? Most tasks are teachable. The barrier is usually our fear of letting go, not the complexity of the task. If it's teachable, it's delegatable. E is for excited. You want to ask yourself, who would be excited or energized by this task? So you want to give tasks to people who are naturally curious, interested, and energized by the work. And that's because it actually increases their engagement. It increases their ownership or autonomy and accountability in their work. It helps increase their motivation, and they will do a high quality job because they care about it. And that's how you get people to grow within their work. S is for strength. Whose strength aligns with this task? Delegation is not dumping, right? You're not going to give this task to somebody who's like not ready to do it. Delegation is assigning work aligned with someone's gifts. And that's the easiest way I found to do it. So if someone is great at organizing, documenting, analyzing, presenting, connecting, problem solving, you want to match the task to the talent. So that means you have to have an awareness of what your teammates or team members are good at and what they love to do. So you can even start asking them, what do you think your strength is? Is it a people strength? Do you have a process strength? Do you love data? You can ask them, what's something you think you're good at? And then you might be like, oh yeah, that's true. I'm going to remember that for next time. Next time I have a presentation, instead of me doing that and taking all the credit, I'm going to ask one of my team members if they've been willing to do it. T is for try, or I like to say willing to try. Is there someone willing to try, even if they're not perfect yet? This is your coaching opportunity. This is succession planning. This is leadership development. If somebody is willing, even if they're inexperienced, that's a yes. So you have to find somebody who's willing to try. You don't want to delegate to someone who's going to like kick and scream the whole way and probably not get anything out of it. They're just not worth it at that point. This is about coaching the right people to develop talent. All right. So the second part of the TEST or the TEST method that most leaders skip is the 80% rule or the 80-20 rule. If someone can do the task 80% as well as you, it should or can be delegated. Yes, even if you're better at it, even if you're faster at it, even if you can see a more efficient way to do it. Leadership isn't about perfection. It's about capacity, development, and impact. So your standard doesn't need to be the standard for everyone in every situation, right? We hold ourselves to a pretty high standard. Your job is not to be the best doer. Your job is to build other doers. All right, the part you've probably all been waiting for is how to delegate without micromanaging. So I hear the fear, Kayla, I don't want to micromanage. I don't want to dump anything on anyone, and I don't want them to feel like I have my thumb on the scale of their work. And so here's a 3-part non-micromanaging approach. Number 1, I want you to give context when you're delegating. It's not just tasks. Share why it matters. People rise to purpose, not pressure. They want to know, why am I doing this? How is this going to be used? And number 2, define the final picture. Show them what success looks like. You don't have to define what it looks like at every step, but just the outcome. Be really clear about what you're hoping to see at the end. And then 3 is set up a simple check-in. So my favorites would be like a weekly touch point or a quick Teams message, having a shared OneNote tab or Kanban column to track progress. So this allows giving people autonomy with accountability, right? Like I'm there to help and support, remove barriers, but they got it. Like they can do it. They're very capable, especially if you're picking the right person. All right, listen, this is your moment for a little Kayla pep talk. My friend, you don't need to carry every backpack anymore. You do not have to be the hero. You do not have to save every project, and you do not have to hold every detail in your brain like it's a 47-tab browser window, even if you try to sometimes. Your job is to develop other people, to build capacity, to create clarity for your team, protect your own energy, and to think strategically. And you want to lead with purpose. So that means you got to let your team rise. You don't have to do it all, and you're not meant to do it all. That's not the point. All right. I hope this information has helped you. Before we close, I just want to share something special I'm doing this year. As many of you know, I'm fundraising for NMDP, the National Marrow Donor Program, through my Gary Bjorklund Half Marathon this June. It's part of Grandma's Marathon Weekend up in Duluth. I'm really excited about it. It'll be my second time running. So I've got big goals. We'll see if I share what they are, but this is just an intersection of my life that I really want to bring into my leadership. Purpose-driven leadership to me really matters. That's the theme of this 12 days of leadership, and serving others matters. And if you feel called to support, even in a small way, the link in the show notes is there if you want to help me with the fundraising. Together, we can do a lot of meaningful work inside and outside our workplaces. So it's an option if you want to, no pressure. Maybe think about, if you don't want to donate to my fundraising efforts for NMDP, maybe there's something that you're thinking about this season that you're like, maybe I want to get back to that. Maybe I want to donate to the organization that resonates with you. All right. And if you're listening to this thinking, okay, well, I need support with this delegation thing. I need systems. I need structure. I would like some accountability. I need to get organized, like for real. My friend, that is exactly what we're doing inside the Organized Leader Sprint. And enrollment is open now, like I said, through the 12 days of leadership, through, I think I have it on my website, through December 16th. So you can check out the link in the show notes. It's kfaconsulting.org/sprint. And I would love for you to sign up, get your accountability and everything set for January 13th. We're rolling this out in January. I have it open early this year, just so that, the holidays get busy. We kind of tend to be offline a little bit more. So I don't want you to miss this. And I want you to feel like, okay, I've got everything set in January. January is when I'll work on it. All right. And if You're going to be listening to the next episode for the 12 Days of Leadership. Tomorrow is day 4, and we're talking energy over time management. And let me tell you, this is one of the most life-changing shifts for the way that leaders think about their time on a daily basis. So I will see you then. Thanks for being here.